see a sprinkle or two. Lake Havasu City has that opportunity. Now up into the northwest, we're seeing a lot more rain just streaming through these areas. So it's going to continue to be moving through and working its way on shore right to the west of the I-5 corridor, where some of the heaviest of the moisture continues to be. And we'll continue to see the opportunity for the heavier snow to be into the Cascades, which means there could be several feet that develop into the higher elevations, as well as avalanche concerns into this part of the mountain range. Now, again, we're still following what's happening out into the Midwest and into the Northeast. We have some energy still working through. So Nashville seeing some snow this morning. Bowling Green, Lexington into Kentucky, Charleston, West Virginia still falling as rain, but snow is over towards Huntington and Ashland as you work your way into Kentucky along the I-64 corridor. As we pause radar, we can turn on some of these areas that have seen snowfall within the last couple of hours, and maybe a coating to a couple of inches around the Evansville area. In Indiana, we're seeing about a half an inch. Bowling Green seeing about just over 3/4 of an inch. In Nashville, same thing, about an inch in some of those areas. Lexington, south of the city, about an inch, and around Louisville, about an inch of snow. Now, this is just kind of the backside of it. As we go up into areas of New England, this is again just the last 6 hours. As we turn on the last 24 hours, some of those totals are much higher across these areas. And the radar is estimating in the purple regions that we've seen about 8 to 9 inches already falling, and maybe took a minute to accumulate, but it's definitely accumulating out there, and there will be travel impacts because not only are we watching for some of that heavier snow, which you can see here in the darker blues, but we're also going to watch out for the possibility of it to last for several hours. So it's not just this snowstorm that will be out there today, but we'll have to monitor it for the next couple of days. So we'll take you out to Manhattan, New York, where you can see that snow just getting started yesterday.
Yeah, and we're going to continue, like you mentioned, Chelsea, just see that snow building. And when we add it all up from this storm system, those numbers definitely going to be on the strong side across states like New York and Pennsylvania. When we look here at the ongoing winter weather alerts, these are going all the way into that Wednesday time frame. So we've got the rest of Monday through Tuesday, and then into Wednesday, we'll slowly start to get these warnings and these advisories to expire. But places like State College, Philadelphia, New York City, Boston, all included with those winter storm warnings for
It's misty, it's drizzly, it's not a great forecast, and we still have more of that that's continuing to pump on shore. By the middle of the week, though, it starts to move much farther inland, so we will see some breaks, but today and tomorrow, it's going to be pretty active through these areas. And with that said, you can see the cold front already stretching in. We have rain showers and snow all the way from the U.S.-Canadian border down to the U.S.-Mexico border. We have the opportunity for some heavy snow into the Cascades, but there's also the possibility for avalanches into the Olympic Peninsula, as we do have some rain mixing in, and we just don't have a positive, strong base at the for that snowpack to really get going. And we still now have ongoing winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories. They've been upgraded as we continue to watch more snow build in as we go through the day, especially tomorrow and into Wednesday. We'll talk a lot more about this at 50 past the hour. After the break, though, we're headed to the central parts of the country. heights. You get that coastal erosion happening. You get water inundation right along the coastal areas where that gets pushed on shore. So flooding concerns also a possibility. So with that said, we have coastal flood watches from Maine all the way down into Massachusetts, where we have coastal flood advisories, coastal flood warnings into Long Island and into Jersey, all the way down into Delaware, as we still have some of those stronger winds battering the coast this morning. And as it moves up to the north, likely to see these advisories upgraded to warnings depending on how strong those winds are and how much water actually gets pushed on shore over the next 24 hours. But timing wise, again, we've already seen that change over in Philly to see some icier conditions taking place, but we could see it go back and forth between heavy snow and ice during the day today. This afternoon, notice the Cape under rain, but the rest of Massachusetts heavy snow. As of right now, this morning, it's a very light powdery snow. As we head into the afternoon and the moisture really gets pulled back into the atmosphere, then we can see some heavier, wetter snow, that packable snowman snow. But this morning it's light and it's fluffy. That continues to give us widespread impacts through the day on Tuesday and into the day on Wednesday. We really don't lose that chance for a little bit more snow until we hit the afternoon hours on on Wednesday, where we could see some higher accumulations. But this is what we refer to again as a nor'easter, and here to explain exactly what that means is meteorologist Joe Astolfi.
From canceling school to shutting down Wall Street, nor'easters are powerful storms that can bring